How are we going, everyone? Just a quick couple of gardening tips, because over the weekend on radio I had a lot of people ringing in asking when to spray and what to spray their plants for protection against pests that is. But we do have a lot of predators, so practice caution when you do go and spray your plants. Don't use anything toxic, regardless whether it's an insecticide or fungicide. Try and keep it natural. Make it yourself from your kitchen pantry. The general rule of thumb is if you can't eat it, don't spray it, don't apply it into your garden. And I'm not referring to fertilisers, I'm talking about insecticides that you apply on your garden. For example, and why I say if you can't eat it, don't spray it, is because you can make it out of your pantry. That's the simple thing here. You can use olive oil, you can use turmeric powder, chili powder, garlic powder, what else do we put in there? And you can put a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid. No, you can't eat that. So yeah, all right, call me on that if you like. But the other ingredients you can. So a simple insecticide is a litre of water, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid. Shake that well, infuses well, it helps the oil to blend with the water, and apply it on your plant. When it does dry, the surfactant in the soap itself will dry and suffocate the insect if the insect is prevalent on the plant when you're applying it, or otherwise it'll act as a protectant to stop the insects from, and a distractant I should say, to stop the insects from attacking. Now you can use other natural form insecticides if you have to buy something, like Dipel. That's a great product to control caterpillars, chewing insects. Snails, well, we are going to release a snail bait very soon that's eco-friendly, it's food-based, so there's no toxins in it whatsoever, safe for pets as well, but stay tuned for that one. But in the meantime, if you're going to do something around the base for snails, create barriers I should say, use our copper tape that we have, our snail barriers. Actually there's one there on that pot there, if you can remember, we did a little segment on that a while ago. It creates a short electric current, shocks the snail when it tries to cross over the copper band, and that way you stop the insects or the snails getting into your garden bed. Now I'm standing next to the broad beans. We've had some high winds, and as you know, I've always complained about the high winds. You need to tie them up, 100% you need to, otherwise they'll end up flat. If you want to see how we do that, we'll put a link in the description here to show you how I tie these plants up from a previous video we done last year or the year before, I think it is. Also another tip, this year I haven't got that problem as much because I've added my black grit, and we know that black grit increases flowering, it increases the strength of the flowers and the quality of the fruit and vegetable that it produces for you. Last year or the year before last, if I remember correctly, these were growing extra tall, so we had more nitrogen in the soil than we cared to have, and it caused them not to flower early enough and produce the fruit. So the pods, that is. So what you can do is easily just crack it, and I don't want to crack this one because it's still producing flowers. Have a look at the clusters there. We've got plenty coming on, and we do have, if I can find some here, fruit setting or pod setting. Where are we? Am I going blind? No, they're setting here. They're really small, still tiny. As the flower spent, the pod's coming on from behind there. I'll find you a larger one. Here we are. There's a nice one there. There's a little one there. There's another one here. So they are setting. But what you can do is crack the tops off. Don't take them off completely. Just crack them. Break them if you need to, like that, and that basically causes the plant to start flowering better if it's not producing flowers for you, and obviously setting the pods as well. Some people thought I was crazy when I was talking about it, others tried it and they found it to be much more productive for them as well. This year, because I've added the black grit, I don't need to do that, and I'm pretty happy with the production and the quality of it. See here how it's broken over? The northeasterly winds, they're the most damaging winds that we have on our property here, and even though we've got the conifer hedge around the outside there, they still manage to come through and cause a lot of havoc problems on these plants. And if you want to stand back, and you'll be able to see this from where I am here, the height difference from the front to the back there, and why I say that's the front, that's north facing, that cops the brunt of the wind. That's why they're not growing, plus they're getting more sunlight. They're stretching out to get the sun, but they're better protected from the winds because of the front plants. So we're getting less fruit on the front there, or shorter growth, obviously less flowers. But we are going to get the same quality at the back there as we want to be, well, to be a lot taller as they are already. So crack them if you need to. Keep your insecticides to a minimum. And if you've heard me say it before on radio, you know, I preach a lot and I don't practice a lot of what I do. And I don't say that in a bad way. I mean that in the sense that I don't spray. I really don't spray insecticides. Because I'm lucky enough to have enough produce, I don't need to. So if you can avoid spraying, by all means, and if you can avoid spraying and using pruning techniques, by all means, go that way. If all else fails, then resort to your insecticide and use something as natural as possible. Just avoid the chemicals, really. That's the bottom line here. I'm going to sound like a broken record, you know. You're growing a vegetable or even flowers in your garden. You're doing it for the self-enjoyment and the production that you get out of it to share with family and friends. So if you're going to start applying insecticides and fungicides that are toxic, being systemic or non-systemic, it doesn't matter. If they're toxic, they've got chemicals that you can't even pronounce, and I can guarantee you I can't pronounce any of them, then you're actually defeating the purpose and failing to become productive and you know, safe, good for the environment, and all the wonderful things that we think we're doing in the garden. So avoid those, grow it natural, crack the heads on your broad beans, spray something natural from your kitchen pantry, use copper bands around the perimeter, insect netting like that, insect and bird netting, built around them if you need to. You've got so many other options to control the pests in your garden from getting to your garden before you reach for something that's toxic. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. You know, we've been saying the black grit's going to go up in price 1st of October, so don't miss out on that. The huge specials, we had, you know, 1,500 orders on the weekend, which is fantastic, and we want to get more out there before the prices go up so you can enjoy a great product in your garden at the lowest prices you'll ever get them. It's all at vasilisgarden.com, and the special coupon code word is SPRING for that extra 20% off the discounted price. Check it out, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Marisi.